To avenge my son, I spent every day learning the techniques of killing. I went to the shooting range to sharpen my marksmanship, and I used every piece of gym equipment, training my body from head to toe. I maintained this monotonous routine for exactly 1 year. I spent a fortune on a sports car and reinforced its front bumper. Then I went to the black market and purchased an arsenal of weapons and equipment. Once everything was ready, I quietly slipped into the police station and photographed every gang member on file. My son had been murdered in their gang warfare. I was shot down trying to avenge him. Fortunately, a neighbor found me and got me to the hospital. I survived, but I lost my voice in the process. From then on, I had bbeen preparing for this revenge, all alone. But my wife couldn't endure sexless marriage any longer, so she left me. My wife's departure has instead made me more focused. I trained even harder in the art of killing. 2 weeks later, I infiltrated the gang's hideout, documented everything with my camera. The ball game leader was my ultimate target. Before I left, I photographed a lieutenant's license plate. I decided to start with him. Under cover of darkness, I crept into his home, but the lieutenant heard the noise and came out to investigate. He didn't expect the gun butt that came out of the shadows, striking him unconscious. When he woke, I'd already brought him back to my place. I appeared before him, cut through his restraints with a knife, and dragged him to the table. I laid out paper and pen, demanding he answer every question I'd written. But the moment he read them, the lieutenant's face twisted with rage. I didn't indulge his anger. I beat him savagely till he complied. I thought he'd finally broken, but suddenly he exploded into action. He shoved me aside and used a knife to cut through his bonds. Then he drove the blade deep into my shoulder. Despite a year of training, I lacked the experience of men who'd spent their lives in violence and bloodshed. But even with multiple stab wounds, I refused to yield. I threw everything I had into the struggle. I grabbed a screwdriver, drove it into his calf. As he cried out in pain, I tackled him into the kitchen. Thinking of my innocent son, murdered in cold blood, I found strength I didn't know I possessed. But the lieutenant was relentless. He used the washing machine to evade another killing blow. He wrapped his arm around my throat in a chokehold, but I seized the moment, driving my elbow back hard into his ribs. After a brutal struggle, I finally subdued him. I left the lieutenant at the police captain's doorstep. On his body, I placed an envelope. Inside was a USB drive and a handwritten card. The captain inserted the drive into his computer. It contained a year's worth of evidence I'd gathered on the gang's criminal operations. More than that, I'd clearly marked every location, every hideout, and every safe house. The questionnaire the lieutenant had filled out was there too, documenting his own crimes. While the captain sat in shock, I was already at the gang's headquarters.